Okay, in this video we're going to take a quick look at a common problem with the Dometic 4-door fridge found in the Winnebago Voyager fifth wheels. This is actually the optional fridge. I think the standard fridge is 8 cubic foot 12 volt compressor fridge, which if I knew now what I knew then, I might have gotten instead of this what looks like a beautiful fridge, and most of the time works fine. See, ours is keeping a solid 34 degrees, but let me show you where the problem is a lot of times on these fridges. So there's two doors for the fridge area. The right one's like a normal door with a gasket. The left one, however, has the gasket, then it also has this flap. And so when you close the left door, that flap goes into that bracket here and gets turned to make a place for the right door to seal against. And so when you close the right door, you get a nice seal in between. Now, if you close the right door first, sometimes this will get jammed up and not tuck back in behind it. Or if this upper bracket is misaligned or out of place, this won't snap over, and then the right door has nothing to seal up against, and you get a lot of air leakage, and then you can have a hard time keeping the fridge cold. So our practice, and never close the door with this already like this. You can force it in, but then it's not going to seal right that way either. So our practice is always to close the left door first, make sure that that's lined up properly, and then close the right door. And that gets you a good seal. And then we always sort of lean against them all and double check and make sure they're closed right. Because if these aren't closed all the way, it doesn't take much of a gap for you to lose a lot of cold out of the fridge side of this unit. So the other thing you can do is what's called the dollar bill test. And you'll see a lot of examples of this in other YouTube videos, whatever. But all you have to do is, just as you close it, leave a dollar bill hanging over this. And then once it's there, try to pull the dollar bill out. And you should be able to pull it out, but it shouldn't be easy. There should be quite a bit of resistance. And then you can do, well, you might need something a little longer than a dollar bill for this, but just a sheet of paper laid across here, and then close this door, and then try to pull that paper out. And there should be some good resistance to being able to pull that out. If there isn't, then you've got a problem with how this is sealing. This isn't terribly adjustable. You know, the screw that holds this in doesn't have a slot or anything where you can adjust it, so I don't know. I don't know if maybe these are adjustable or not. I haven't tried. Ours actually seals pretty well. But if you have a fridge that's not getting cold, but a freezer that is cold, that's the thing to check. It's most likely the door seals, because it's only one absorption unit, and the cold moves between the fridge and the freezer. And I can't imagine something being wrong with the absorption part where the freezer gets ice cold and the fridge doesn't cool. It pretty much has to be something related to sealing and gasketing in those doors. So there's a couple of hints to check if you're having problems with your Dometic keeping cool. That might be it. Now, if you have problems with the temperature rising up into the 40s and the freezer is also not freezing well, then that's a cooling issue. And I'm going to do another video about that, because there are some other things you can do to mitigate that. And hopefully I'll get to that soon. But for now, that's today's tip. Dometic fridges, still like them better than the Norcolds, or not cold, as some people call them. But you do have to be careful with them. Gas absorption fridges, this is as big as they get. And so you're really pushing the limits of the engineering here. So you have to make sure you have really good seals, and you're doing everything you can to make it work well. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Happy camping.